How does Kurri Kurri Local Court contribute to the conversation about the bushfire offence? For context, I don't just follow cases from here at Kurri. I have another series where I attempt to unpack the bushfire offence. And when Kurri Kurri Court sat in September, both of my series crossed paths. As my contribution to the conversation about the bushfire offence, I'm currently asking the question, did sentencing work? We are a year or so after the 3 Hunter Valley convicted bushfire arsonists from the 23-24 bushfire season were sentenced. There is a 4th person, however, there is now a permanent stay on legal proceedings. Did deterrence happen? When I say deterrence, I don't just mean did they stop lighting bushfires? By the way, there is no evidence these convicted bushfire arsonists have started more bushfires. But were the convicted bushfire arsonists deterred from returning to the local court with any sort of offending? Drive disqualified, stealing, assault, etc. Did the experience of being in custody, the media scrutiny and the long legal proceedings deter the convicted bushfire arsonists from returning to court? Now remember, I'm not media. Their headlines have faded, the journos are long gone. I'm alone, and as a member of the public, I don't have grounds to access the court records. So when I see a person with the same name as the convicted bushfire arsonist appear on the court list, how do I know it is the convicted bushfire arsonist? I have to go to court and see if I recognise them. Remember, all 3 were named in the media, but only one had their picture in the paper and on TV. The 2 that were involved in the emergency warning bushfire never had their picture in the paper or on TV. So you had to be in the courtroom gallery over at Sept back in 2024 when they were sentenced, and you also have to remember their face. So at Kurri Kurri Local Court in late September, I don't just turn up to observe the many petty crime cases, but I want to see if the person is the convicted bushfire arsonist. If the convicted bushfire arsonist has returned, then I want to ask, what more could our legal system do to deter them from coming back? As I approach the courthouse, I recognise the convicted bushfire arsonist. Honestly, I'm disappointed for them as a person. Last time I saw them, they were in prison greens. It's a bright sunny day in Kurri and they're free. What are they doing here? I'm disappointed for us as a community because it's possible this means reoffending. And I'm disappointed in our legal system. The sentencing hasn't worked. What about the other 2 convicted bushfire arsonists? Well, I did this same exercise over at Sept Local Court recently, and I discovered the co-accused in the same emergency warning bushfire has also returned to court. Check out my bushfire series if you're interested.